Assalamu alaikum everybody. सबकी थकन hopefully उतार देंगे हमारे panelists. Like Hassan just mentioned that AI is not a buzzword anymore. It's currently in the boardroom for strategy. The good news is कि जो मेरे 3 panelists हैं, they have brought it into strategy, they have executed AI, and they are here to make sure that the audience learns a lot. Kindly please welcome my first panelist, Mr. Nadeem Rehmani, no introduction needed, CEO of Karam Studio, one of the finest innovation in the fashion retail industry. My next panelist is and somebody who understands data-driven and risk analytics, and he's from the same industry as well. Kindly welcome Mr. Sohaib from EFU Life Assurance. And my third panelist is, although a fashion retail brand, but they were born as a digital-first brand. And they have since then been promised, they've promised all their investments and their strategies on making sure that digital is one of their most important way to do sales and communication. Kindly welcome the CEO of Lulusar, Mr. Saif Hassan, who's traveled all the way from Lahore. Thank you very much. And today I'll make sure I just ask the questions and I stay quiet. My first question is, of course, Apna Nadeem Sahab aapse hai. How do you see AI helping the fashion retail and predict trends and manage inventory efficiently, sir?
Thank you, Sultan. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hamza, for inviting. Thank you, Hassan, for inviting us here. Retail को समझने के लिए सिर्फ predictive modeling या inventory management को देखना ज़रूरी नहीं. So it has got a triangle, the famous triangle of store, which is this point of sale, either brick and mortar or e-store. The customer, what kind of a customer is buying from that place, and what categories is buying. There are 3 silos and 3 verticals of data which are, immensely available across the globe and across the marketplaces everywhere. As Sandhya mentioned that from a buzzword to a boardroom discussion, and you also seconded it. Actually, down the road, 2 years or 3 years, balki ab ho gaya hai, AI would be one of the major variable for your strategic outlook down the road 5 years, 7 years from now. With the retail, and especially for fashion retail, the problem is that, and I'll take a little bit more on it, because we don't do the repeat purchase or offer repeat sale of the same article. That's the biggest problem we have, or challenge we have. We have unique IDs of articles which are produced every season, every year in multiple designs. So our permutation and combination of customer experience and their predictive modeling is extremely difficult. And the connection of these 3 verticals is not yet present in the market. So we can do in a silo a predictive modeling of what is being sold at e-store or brick and mortar, in what season, what kind of dress, 2-piece, 3-piece, 1-piece, single, unstitched, stitch, or what? Men, women, kids. But who is buying and why is buying, we don't know. So from the customer experience side, it's very important to connect the predictive modeling, which is completely missing. So you can have a lot of trading of data, but it will be a little meaningless because you are not connecting to the customer experience right now. And you don't know which category has to be focused and has to be, work upon to make that triangle complete.
Yes.
So this is my 2 cents for that.
I think that's very nice. But sir, ये आप पे आते हैं pyramid के ऊपर बात करने के लिए, because those of you who don't know, Nadeem Sahab also taught me in university. So
he was an A grader actually.
And my next question is to Apna Saif Saab. Saif Saab, you have worked across fashion retail and supply chain with Lulusar, Triple D Solutions and Metric Sourcings. How do you see AI transforming these interconnected areas in the near future, actually?
Yeah, sure. So I think when I started my career, I was lucky enough to have studied data sciences. And just to elaborate for everyone in AI, there are three fields. There's analytics, there's predictive analytics, and then there's data sciences and AI. The difference is that in analytics, you're analyzing historical data. Predictive analytics incorporates statistical modeling. And AI and data sciences uses training data that continuously improves and helps the model strengthen its forecasting or whatever objective you're setting to achieve. So the opportunity I had with fashion, with all three businesses that we run, is to really understand how to increase and enhance efficiencies and then really deliver value to the customer, whether that's in design, whether that's understanding your customer, or whether it's in experience. So I truly believe that if you want to apply AI in your business, you have to understand its application, what's going behind it, and what the intended outcome is. Because often these days, I think a lot of business leaders are trying to use AI without knowing how it's actually achieving its objective. So for example, if you look into customer analytics, one of the common machine learning algorithms uses k-means clustering within RFM. So that helps strengthen your groupings within customers to better make sense of their purchase habits and their design preferences. And to be able to achieve that as well, you have to have very clean and structured data as well. So often people forget that to implement AI, you need to make sure that you have a lot of data, but also very well-structured data. And then you have to complement it as well with a very elaborate technology stack to support the end objective. So the opportunity we have at Lulusar is that we've invested a lot in that technology. We've really developed a roadmap to make sure the end result is reflecting in a lot of the performance of the company. And it's a continuous process in learning. So I feel very privileged to work with partners and people within my team towards that. And you have to have that mindset and philosophy towards technology and data, and that's very much ingrained in our business.
Yeah. Thank you, Saif. Janab Sohaib Saab, you are from the insurance and very data-heavy perspective in a very highly regulated industry. What's your take on practical applications of AI and how you have achieved them right now?
Well, to be very honest, it was mentioned before that AI has graduated from to the boardroom implementation strategy. My understanding of it is AI has graduated, but it's graduated from reactive to generative. And we have been using it for our advantage for in a number of scenarios, and where the end result has always been the same, the benefit of the customer. We have used it in risk modeling. We have used it in customer experience personalization as well. When a customer comes to buy a policy by itself or by some other affiliate partner, the experience completely customizes on how the customer's profile is and what the risk appetite is of the customer. So having said this, the implementation of AI has never been a challenge for people who have very clear, crisp understanding of what they want to achieve. But people who just want to use the buzzword would have a really rough ride.
Right. Just to follow up with you, sir, what are the biggest hurdles you think in terms of data, talent, cost, ethics, attacks? Once you, what are the biggest hurdles according to you?
The biggest hurdles I would say that we have seen, well, we need to understand AI first. AI is not interfaces, it's about integrations. So the biggest challenges in this market or any other market for that purpose is integrations or presence of data. And to be very precise, structured data. because AI can't work without structured data. So that would be the key challenge of implementation of AI in any scenario. And apart from that, yes, the talent would be a very big variable in this equation as well.
Right. A follow-up on the same question, sir. Do you think one of the hurdles is that people don't have one platform where they can use data? And Nadeem Saab, how do you?
Of course, the utility of the one platform will be phenomenal in this. Right now, the use of AI in the three verticals is very, very scattered. You can create a very good, and the brands are doing not in Pakistan, but they're doing outside Pakistan, especially in beauty segment. For example, Sephora uses digital avatars, which gives you the complete facial makeup rudiments as per your height, size, color, age, everything. And it really creates a customer experience, but we are not doing now. Actually, understanding of shopping mission is a challenge. The shopping mission understanding and the building blocks of it's very important. So AI, of course, in next 3-4 years, for example, we are working in our company with a partner where we are actually capturing and mapping customers and their navigation modes in the different zones of the store. And this application is backed up by NVIDIA DGX Spark, which has 1 petaflop kind of speed at 1 second. So these kind of things are there and they are available in the market. From there, you link with your predictive modeling, which is there with your ERP, and then create one single platform, which will actually help greening the bottom line of the organization in the long run. And that's our view, and we are step by step moving towards that.
Oh, yes, absolutely, sir. Al-Karam is setting trends. Saif Saab, in your opinion, when we're implementing AI across retail and supply chain, what challenges have you faced in terms of data integrations, cost, cultural adoption, and if you even think that cultural adoption is a hurdle?
So I think the challenges that exist is that we're a vertically integrated fashion brand, meaning we're doing both retailing and production. But we see that as an opportunity because if you can link whatever analytics or AI you're doing in forecasting with your supply chain, the efficiency you create there is in a faster lead time and better sell-throughs and better certainty that then gives a lot of that financial performance that most companies seek. And today, a lot of the themes that were discussed were how to bring cost efficiency, how to bring better certainty so that brands can navigate through these difficult times. So we're lucky we've had that exposure with our other businesses and how other companies are operating and what efforts they're putting into their international supply chains. But even they face their challenges because they work with very outsourced and very elaborate supply chains. So we have this opportunity to be fast and responsive to be able to deliver that value to the customer. So at the end of the day, technology is that enabler, but it's more important to be clear on, again, what are those uses and applications of AI, because you need to be very clear on what statistical modeling is relevant where. So it's an everyday effort, but it's a long journey, but we've made a very important strides because of a lot of the cross-learning we do with our other businesses. So yeah.
All right. Sohaib, how is AI, and of course confidentiality is, of course, I understand that part, but still I would ask you this question, if you think, just to excite the audience, how do you think AI is changing the way customers interact with somebody like EFU? How do you think that will change?
If I keep very away from the disclosure information, the way AI has changed the interaction of customers with the entity is, in a nutshell, would say personalization. We have created a brand. We have launched a new segment in our business. It's focused on the wellness side of the customer's life.
इसमें आम आदमी भी खरीद सकता है.
Yeah, anyone can go.
Anybody,
Yeah, anybody can go.
It's pure retail now.
Yeah, it's pure retail. Anybody can come and subscribe and buy its insurance as a service, but at the same time, it focuses on customers' well-being, where each and every customer gets incentivized based on their behavior, based on their activity, based on the level of fitness that they have achieved. So every customer, every policy, I would rather say, would be behaving in a different way. So hence creating a personalized experience for every customer. There would be, you can count it like a loyalty program as well, where every customer is being treated differently. Every customer is getting rewards of different denominations and different values. Some rewards are in like vouchers, and some are like in tangible items as well. So the main application of AI has enabled personalized interaction of the entity with the customer, which in turn makes the customer have the limelight that they want to have. We being as Pakistanis, we love the limelight. So why deprive the customer of it? Let AI help the entity to give that limelight to the customer. In turn, the instant gratification gets served automatically to the customer.
Right. Nadeem sir, what do you think, shopping, you spoke about customer experience. Do you think that AI-powered personalization will also help in the fashion retail?
Oh, yes. Not in Pakistan, but there have been many brands across globally. They are using AI stylist. They're AI stylists, yes. And there's a magic mirror where you can stand and they will style you according to your input, which you do it on the mirror, like McDonald's screen menu selection for your purchase. And they'll create new of you in front of you, and they'll give you printout also, and they'll send you on your phone. So you would know that I would look like this, and you can aspire to become like that. So the customer granularity has increased a lot on this side. But so we are way behind. Right now, we are relying on generative voice and gesture-enabled shopping assistant on e-commerce. And one of our colleagues and friends is sitting here in this room, and he offered me that we have developed a chatbot which will create a shopping basket if you describe the customer traits to him via voice or via writing. And it will bring the color, the size, or even if the fragrance is there, it will bring out and give you the proposition of the basket you want to add. If it fits you in budget also, it will give you that. Similarly, the things are in the pipeline and which are in the experimental phase, go ahead, digital wardrobes. So on your application, you would know that ये कपड़ा आपने कब खरीदा था, ये कितने दिन हो गए, कितनी दफा यूज किया आपने. Now it's time to rebuy something similar like this, or in this category, in this marketplace, or in this market, 500 designs are there which will cater to your need. So we are going on that tangent.
So hyper-personalization is now true.
It's there, and it will be very, very, at a very high velocity, it will wipe out the market in the coming days.
Right. Saif Saab, you mentioned that plans to manage supply chain risk and enhance lead time efficiencies using technologies. How do you envision AI playing a role in those initiatives, where you can create where you can manage and minimize supply chain risk and enhance the lead time efficiencies? How do you think AI can help you in that in the back of?
So with our business Triple Tree, the software side, we work with clients like Levi's with their global supply chains to continuously strengthen the lead times and improve their quality benchmarks. And there's a lot of data that's fed in from the suppliers, and there are a lot of different nuances with the POs that are placed with these suppliers. And we're able to capture that data to calculate the risk and expected lead times based on the context of the type of product they're feeding in, the capacity, the production challenges that come along with it. So using that knowledge, we've been transferring that into our business at Lulusar as well. in which there are many elements, not only within production, but that are also tied to your procurement, and then what is also taking place on the sales side to create better efficiencies with your fabric selection, your color selection, and not only will you improve your sales sell-through, but then you also create that supply chain risk mitigation. So when you do both things, that then translates to a better financial performance that helps you continuously grow and scale the brand. So those themes are universal when you look at the landscape of fashion at a global scale. So again, that's why I emphasize the opportunity we have is we have full ownership of production and retailing, and being able to merge that data and take control of it in terms of decision making. That's where we feel the future of fashion lies.
Right. And my next question is to, sir, from an insurance and data heavy perspective, how do you see AI-driven insights influencing retail partnerships? And you mentioned that it will be so personalized that they'll feel like it like a loyalty program. So, इतने data heavy perspective से how do you believe that? और आप बहुत ही regulated industry में हैं, and you're going for a very retail kind of aggressive approach. Is AI helping you in that, or is AI the prime part of that in just rolling that out?
जब हम systems की बात करते हैं जो data intensive होते हैं, जहाँ पे huge reliance होती है of the computation part of things and the quality of data, specifically for the compliance bit, you have to be very careful and be very calculated as well. So the challenge that we see there is the absence of the platform. Hence, in turn, we would have to make significant investments in the platforms to keep them up and running and to work as they're supposed to. हमारे पास एक challenge मौजूद है इस मुल्क के अंदर, वो है is a single platform for every user. So hence everybody starts investing in their own silo and then fit out of it. Hence the ROI goes up and it looks in, the ROI comes in terms of years, not days or months. So इस challenge को अगर हम बाहर निकालें, so infrastructure के, so इसके अलावा I don't see a challenge in implementing AI in any organization or in any scenario. Because when you talk about AI, you're not just talking about logics, you're talking about predictive generation as well. And that requires compute. And that, in terms of dollar to rupee, it's a big number. So that's the only challenge that I see. And apart from that, even in our scenario, if I look at last 3 years of implementations that we have done and the use cases that we have built upon, that was the only hurdle that we were facing. But the organization take a leap. They invested in it.
And don't you think the cloud will help you in that, or your regulated industry is not allowed to use the cloud?
The cloud will help us. It does help us, but there are certain situations in this country. Well, let's face it. There are certain situations in this country where you are hampered. All of a sudden, a shark comes in and bites your cable, so you are locked in. So what do you do? So to avoid that sort of situation, we have invested in on-premises
data centers.
Yeah, on-premises more, less on the cloud. But there is a bit of presence. Plus, there is a bit of legislative problem as well, where you have to keep the data on-premises. And there are other cybersecurity challenges as well, which we have to keep in mind as well. So that's the only challenges.
Right. So I believe Nadeem Saab and Saif Saab, you don't have this regulation issue. अगर सर confidential नहीं है तो do you have any AI use case that you're about to roll out or you have already rolled out which can be beneficial for the audience?
हमने जो AI की experimentation की है उसमें basically हमने 2-3 applications use की हैं जिसमें हम बात करते हैं अपनी creative fatigue की और उसकी clustering करके और उसके बाद उसकी regeneration of the funds and parking of funds on that area. वो हमने mix panel के through काम किया हुआ. उसके अलावा हमने customer life cycle की capturing के ऊपर so we have started that very recently and the model is learning and from the first purchase to the dormancy level to again reignition of the customer, we have got different spots in his life. So especially for our e-commerce and online business. So we have started that. And again, I mentioned that जो अभी हम नया अपना through heat mapping एक नया software test कर रहे हैं इस वक्त, and we are into very soon it will be in a pilot mode, which is coming from customer experience side. But I'll come back. The money or the profit will come from supply chain optimization. The sourcing excellence, if we don't achieve it, we have models in the world where they have created that. Inditex का model है, 4 बड़े brands के साथ. Their sourcing model is excellent. Similar, Uniqlo का model है, जो एक वक्त के अंदर 50,000 SKUs एक store में होते हैं, और वहाँ से भी वो sourcing excellence generate करता है. So, a lot of examples, but AI is making its way, and we have to react very fast to adapt it.
Oh, absolutely, sir. I totally agree with you. Saif Saab, I think you have also mentioned that the best ROI of AI for you right now in the fashion industry is also about back office and supply chain efficiencies. But Sohaib Saab, where a company like you, where we believe you don't have a lot of supply chain issues, it's more like inside underwriting and all that, your AI will be more focused towards customers?
Yes.
Do you have some agent who will talk to the customers?
Yes, we have implemented AI in customer servicing, in customer engagements, in customer onboarding as well, and product personalizations. So these are the 4 big segments that we have. Internal efficiency increment, yes, we've implemented in that as well, but that's where the quantum of that is very little. The major quantum lies in these 4 areas: customer-centric things, and the risk modeling part. Because when you do risk modeling as per the customer's behavior, you get better rates from the reinsurers as well.
Achha. Very good, sir. Before I ask my last question, do we have any questions for my panelists? And if you have any questions, kindly say aap kis panelist se kya question pooch rahe hain. So if anybody has a question, you can raise your hand.
So my question is from all 3. If anyone is starting, implementing. Yeah, I'm Hamad. So if anyone is starting, implementing AI today, so, in your business areas, so we have, many business areas in our organization. So which is the, best area where we can, start, implementing the AI, whether it is in finance, in supply chain, in customer experience. So in your, in experience, which is the best area from where, I can start my journey of AI?
So can I answer you first? So the best 2 areas to begin with is the customer experience and your sourcing excellence, your supply chain. That is the area which will really fast connect and give you the results beyond your imagination. So that should be started first, in my opinion, and my.
Just one comment on it is that I think at least what I've observed in Pakistan is that a lot of sales forecasting is very one-dimensional, in which you can do simple p-testing confidence intervals when you're doing your sales forecasting to assign better certainty, whether you do it. And then when you also look at customer analytics, like when you calculate your LTV of your customers, it's the Pareto negative binomial distribution model that you are able to accurately forecast what the true LTV of your customers are. So sales and customers are the first place you can start, because ultimately that's the strength of the business. So that's where I personally would argue you can start there.
In my opinion, any business should focus on, while implementing a new technology, going into a new journey with a new technology, 2 areas should be focused. 1, where the business is coming in. 2, where how the product is being made. So product development and the customer segmentation. So these 2 should be the starting point.
Yeah. One last question and then we can close it. Does anybody have a question? Raise your hand, stand up somebody. Oh.
So I have a question. You're talking about AI agents, but आप कोई specifically software बता सकते हैं जो आप use कर रहे हैं, ChatGPT या Copilot, इस तरह के कोई जिसको आप use कर रहे हैं, उनका क्या use case आप actually किस जगह पे implement किया हुआ है?
देखो tools भी available हैं openly, और open जो आपकी sourcing है वो open source भी available है आपको market में. So ChatGPT और बाकी जितने भी हैं उससे related, for example DeepSeek and all, they won't give you this kind of applications. You have to go for a specialized AI models for that. And they are available easily. You can Google it and you can find it, and it fits in your requirement on whatever business you are in. They are available. And they are available in Pakistan as well.
Yes, sir.
I actually thought that Copilot, I recently learned and felt that the values something like that really has is actually empowering people within your business, which we sometimes take for granted, because access to information for all people within your organization are very important to help your company perform. So something like Copilot has that value because it makes it very accessible for people to extract data and analysis. So that's where I would argue that its application is
with
relevant.
Office 365, you're saying Copilot gives you the efficiency for your own teams, right?
Yeah,
I just wanted to add on this on Copilot, because Copilot is part of MS 365 Zoo we have. So it is also gradually learning. So we have also started this. So it's the type of a business you are in that's important. What kind of a retailer you are doing? You are very high involvement retail or low involvement retail? That's important. From where you decide your suite of your AI tools.
Coming from an industry which is highly regulated, my prime focus would be on the residence of data where it resides. So there are a number of tools available out there in the market, dime a dozen, I would say. Copilot tends to do the job within the premises or within the bounds of your entity. So from a regulator's perspective, your data resides with yourself. It doesn't go out globally. No, and none other organization is learning from the modeling of your data. So it stays in there. Plus, the benefit of having Copilot is if you have the Office 365 environment, you can cross-reference it with the data that's within your employees' domain as well. So you can have cross-referencing as well.
I think that makes sense. So I hope the questions are answered. We can't take any more questions from the audience. The time is up. I would just like to summarize that, yes, AI is not something that is in the future. You've seen that 3C level people have already implemented it. All these three people are also my customers. They have the advantage of one platform of Microsoft Dynamics. And thank you for asking the Copilot question. I think it's very mature. And the Microsoft Copilot also is a very starting point जिसमें आपका enterprise data safe होता है. Unless you go to some other models, even if they are paid models, your data actually has the capability of being benchmarked with public data, and that is not safe. And with that, thank you very much. So, Mementos, thank you very much, Nadeem Saab. Thank you, Sohaib Saab.